Сьогодні ми завітали до Українського культурного центру OMNI у Торонто на вечір, який організував літературний фонд імені Пітерсона.
Welcome to the 2025 Peterson Translated Book Awards dinner. We are honored to have Howard G. Buffett, international investor, philanthropist, author, and photographer, speak to us this evening. He has personally traveled to Ukraine 23 times since the war began in February 2022 and has provided significant humanitarian aid to Ukraine from his foundation.
Our fund's late founding benefactor, Mr. Peterson, sought to recognize books that promote a better understanding of Ukraine and the Ukrainian people and challenge the centuries-long imperialist narratives advocated by Moscow to undermine Ukraine's right to statehood.
Stanley Peterson was born Bogdan Patek in Polish-controlled Galicia. After the Red Army invaded the region, he was sentenced to 3 years of forced labor. After Hitler's invasion of the Soviet Union, he was released from the Gulag to join Allied forces fighting the Nazis. In time, he and his wife boarded the USS General Black that would bring them to their new North American homeland. Over the course of 60 years, Stanley Peterson would build an extensive investment portfolio. He donated millions of dollars towards publication of works by Soviet dissident writers, supporting libraries, writing competitions, and a Canadian literary fund with Ukrainian roots and a global reach.
This fund, the work it does, really ensures that truth prevails over disinformation and that the voices of Ukrainian authors, scholars, storytellers reach a global audience.
We celebrate the courage to speak truth, determination to defend it, and the belief that words can change how the world understands Ukraine.
May we all speak the truth with love.
The books selected by our jury capture a wide array of topics, genre, and reading audiences. The Peterson Literary Fund 2025 Translated Book Award is presented to On Freedom, Pro Svobodu. On Freedom not only illuminates why Vladimir Putin and his uniquely Russian brand of fascism arose, but also provides practical guidelines for how each of us can counter these threats and reinvigorate our own civil society. Timothy Snyder, author, Halina Herasim, translator. Tim?
Freedom isn't just negative. It's not just the removal of the evil. In cases like Ukraine, no matter how great the evil is, removing it is not enough. Removing it is the beginning. It allows you to create the conditions for the political and for the moral good.
In recognition of its nuanced exploration of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions prior to the 2014 Russian invasion, which gives a voice to local communities and also challenges long-standing stereotypes of this misunderstood part of Ukraine, the Peterson Literary Fund presents a translated book award to Ukrainian Sunrise, Stories of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions from the early 2000s. Katarina Zarembo, author. Tetiana Savchenska, translator. Katarina Zarembo is currently in Ukraine serving as a volunteer with the Medical Battalion Hospitaliers.
Мені дуже хотілося показати, що насправді люди, яким була небайдужа українська ідея, українська незалежна держава, весь час жили в цьому регіоні, жили і діяли. Просто їхні історії того, що вони створювали, що вони робили, була недостатньо розказана.
Accepting the award on behalf of Katarina Zarembo is Anton Sestritsyn, a member of our advisory group.
This award honors not only the author and the translator, but the people whose stories fill the pages of Ukrainian Sunrise, the people of Donetsk and Luhansk, whose resilience continues to inspire.
A number of the most prominent and best-known dissidents of Soviet Ukraine were from Donbass.
When our jury was deliberating over the selection of this year's Translated Book Award recipients, the unexpected passing of scholar and author Janusz Bugajski in mid-October left a great void in his area of expertise, the study of Russia, its captive nations, and the fragility of the Russian Federation.
We should not be in a position where we're unprepared yet again for a collapse of an empire. And now is the time to begin contingency planning, to coordinate better with our allies and with all the neighbors that will be affected. I mean, over 14 countries are going to be affected by Russia's dissolution, you know, from Norway and Finland to Japan and Korea.
In recognition of this book's provocative, well-researched, and timely analysis, asserting that Russia is an unstable state facing imperial collapse, the Peterson Literary Fund presents a posthumous translated book award to Failed State, A Guide to Russia's Rupture, Неспроможна держава, Інструкція з розшматування Росії. Ганна Рак, Анна Мельниченко, Олександр Охріменко, Марія Дуброва, translators. Janusz Bugajski, author. Please welcome his wife and longtime research partner at the Jamestown Foundation, Margarita Asenova.
He completed this book in January 2022, just weeks before the full-scale invasion. He did not have to update it much. Just edit a foreword about the war, Moscow's goals, Ukraine's determination to protect its sovereignty, and how it was only going to lead to Russia's state rupture earlier than he initially expected. Auliana and Marcus Suprun translated the book into Russian, and it was distributed to Russian POWs captured by the Ukrainian army, and it was also delivered to over 400 Russian officials in Moscow. How? Don't ask me how.
In recognition of this anthology's historical value in providing a diverse and authoritative record of resistance, memory, and identity presented through the eyes of Ukraine's writers and leading thinkers, the Peterson Literary Fund presents a translated book award to State of War. The editors were Yevgenia Lopata and Andriy Lyubka. The translators were Yulia Lyubka and Kate Tsurkan. Ukrainian writer and translator Andriy Lyubka had been versed in fundraising logistics and delivering vehicles to Ukrainian front lines when he decided to bring together 35 prominent Ukrainian writers and intellectuals from a variety of backgrounds to produce this anthology.
Проект «Воєнний стан» показує не лише силу українського війська, а також те, яким сильним є українське суспільство, якою сильною є українська культура, і наскільки важливо нам у сучасному світі розуміти культуру як один із елементів протистояння ідеї колоніалізму і шовінізму.
I am honored this evening to accept this award on behalf of Andriy Lyubka and Yevgenia Lopata.
I ask that we all keep in our mind those still fighting in Ukraine, those still courageously, if I can say, climbing the apex of that symbolic mountain, striving to realize the dream that we call freedom.